Hello! Back for some Duelyst 2, and today we're going to be playing some Cataclysmic Fault. Now, I don't know if hand tiles have been nerfed in Duelyst.gg at all, but as far as I can tell, all of the cards that made this deck what it was are still fully powered. So I've thrown together a list, and we're going to play... This is basically what I can remember as being like the tier deck version of Fault from back in the day. And I did this off the top of my head, so it might be totally wrong, but Cataclysmic Fault is our build around. It turns the center column of the board into sand tiles, which make a 2/2 dervish every time we play a minion. We pair this, well, among other things, it's an incredible card, but we pair it with Kanum Ka, which turns dervishes into 3/3s with flying and rush, allowing us to basically make a bunch of dervishes, wipe our opponent's board with Kanum Ka, make more dervishes, wipe our opponent's board again, and so on. If you're playing against Varth the Immortal, or any other hero that has more than 2 attack, maybe like a buffed Zeron or something, and you have enough minions, or specifically enough dervishes or enough ways to re-trigger your Fault, Kanum Ka is just lethal. It was a big problem for me as a Varth enjoyer. We supplement this with basically a bunch of cheap golems for the low end of the curve. So we are running Dream Shaper, very important card. This makes our 2-drops basically not cost us anything in terms of card flow. And we are pairing it with Celebrant, which is a golem, a 2-drop golem, but also helps us ramp, so it makes Cataclysmic Fault faster and more consistent. And Golem Metallurgist, which allows for basically explosive openings with just 3 cards. I'm not playing any other golems. I think maybe people used to sometimes back in the day. I'm not really sure what else is available that's any good. Windstrike is pretty reasonable. Maybe we should be playing that, I'm not sure. I'm also playing some other cheap bodies. I'm playing 3 Blood Tier Alchemist, because... Oh, we're also playing this, but I'm playing some Blood Tier Alchemists, just a very cheap minion for good early tempo and trades. Playing some Ray. This is a... not Zero, sadly. Here we go. We're playing Ray because it costs 0. It's just a way to trigger your Fault immediately. And sometimes you can use it to get sick plays on the first turn where you use Ray to sort of chop towards a mana tile. Could be pretty good, like going first, Ray, Golem, Metallurgist on the mana tile, and you can play another Golem and so on. I'm playing a couple of Dune Casters. I don't know if this is correct. In fact, it's probably not right, but I'm not really sure what other... Maybe these should just be Healing Mystics. Yeah, you know what? These are going to be Healing Mystics. We don't have dervishes for them to be particularly good. Let's just bung in. Not those. Bung in some Healing Mystics. Problem solved. So we're playing some Healing Mystics because it's another 2-drop and it's a good card. We are playing Portal Guardian. This card is absolutely crucial to the flow and mana curve of Fault, as well as being a magnet for removal. It fills in the mid game because we have a bunch of 2-drops, then we have a bunch of expensive cards that are kind of payoffs and interaction, and we don't have anything in between. Portal Guardian is a massive threat that's also cheap. Spelljammers. This is just a really handy card for any sort of snowbally aggressive deck or any kind of combo deck in the format, as well as being a good body and something to play on curve. I'm playing 2 copies of Wasteland Wraith. This is very good against Wanderer and a lot of other decks that can't trivially easily remove it if you just hide it in the back. It's quite a useful card, and again, it helps fill that gap between 2 and 5. On the 5-drop side, we have Blood of Air, as I mentioned already. One of the best removal spells in the game, despite being 5 mana. And we also have Sandswirl Reader, possibly the best removal spell in the game, even though it doesn't remove anything permanently, which gives you more sand tiles, which can provide a lot of pressure over the course of the game. And that's about it, apart from some Science First Wishes, which is just a cheap way to draw a card, buff up a Dream Shaper or something to make some trades, and, you know, pressure the board in the early turns, and that's it. So let's give this a cheeky go. Here we go. So I have often gone on the record to say that if Wanderer wasn't the best deck, Fault would kind of rise up in its place. I don't know if that's necessarily strictly true, in the sense that I think, you know, there are a few other good contenders, eggs and stuff. And I don't know how things work now with the changes on Duelyst.gg. But I always felt that Cataclysmic Fault itself was one of the more oppressive cards in the entire game. Hence the name of the deck is The Bad Guy. I think the deck had weaknesses of Mana Curve. Like, it was clunky before, and if you were playing Wanderer or an aggro deck or some other tempo midrange deck, you could just kind of get on the board and rush people down. Oh, a few times has gone up, looks like. We'll just have a chat. Hopefully we're not here for too long. Excellent. Cassiver probably means some kind of control deck. This is an ideal opening. I don't need both of these. I'd rather have a reader. Like, turn 2 Sandswirl is amazing. I'll keep a spell. I can mulligan Spelljammer, looking for like Dream Shaper for the quicker burst. First golem, so many strength plus 1 less. Has that changed? I might have changed. Might have been every golem before. I can't remember. I will keep the Spelljammer in case my stuff dies. Oh, this is great, actually. Ooze. Ooze is kind of awkward. Right, so the question is, do I take the center tile? I think the answer is no. I think I want Ooze to come forward and attack me and not kill something for free. Although I can bait it into attacking Celebrant, but I'd rather Celebrant be further away. I think I'm just going to seed the middle, actually. Because I don't really need to do anything super aggressive here, right? I can just go like this here. This can go... So if it goes here, it gets hit, so it can die to a ping. So I think I will play it mega safely and put it far back. We'll just do this. And next turn we can do Reader, or we can do Jammer plus First Wish, but I probably should replace something, because if we... Like, if my opponent doesn't prevent this, we just get to fault them. That is pretty unlikely, though. Like, odds of us playing Cataclysmic Fault next turn, I would say low. Because my opponent could easily take this tile. Excuse me. Or remove a creature. So I think I'll keep this, because Spelljammer with First Wish on it is pretty good. Damn. Apologies to my opponent, who presumably thought I was just roping for ages while I... No, having already made my plays. Oh, okay, okay. We might get to... I mean, we'd have to top deck the Cataclysmic Fault, but we, in theory, could. So, like, alright. Well, do we win the game? Please, let me replace. Why can't I replace? We do not immediately win the game. Let's get the Spelljammer down. I'll put it here. Take this tile, buff this. Reader into Reader. It's pretty good. Oh, maybe I should just Sandswirl one of these, actually. Maybe that would have been better. So my opponent can kill this next turn, which is kind of awkward. I'm going to punch Sarlacc and... Yeah, nice. It's a slightly risky move because it can end up down here. I probably should have sequenced that differently, but I didn't get punished, so it's okay. So I want this to dispel anything. No, I don't. I don't think we care. Yep, that's my turn. No fault, but we do have a Cannon Car. This is still perfectly fine with, like, Iron Shrouds. There's probably an argument for making an Obelisk version of this deck, but I'm not really sure. We got lucky with the Ooze's Creep Tile. It's spawning on us as opposed to anything we actually want to keep alive. You know, we have enough HP to absorb a Creep Tile. These minions do not. So we're hoping to replace a default next turn, but if we don't, we got Sandswirl Reader into Sandswirl Reader, we can do horrible things to my opponent. This isn't bad either. Like, honestly, Blood of Airing as Sarlacc is pretty fine against Sarlacc decks. That's the thought. I never checked if they were playing a trial. Abyssal Energy. What does that mean? What does it mean that my opponent has Abyssal Energy? I think they're just playing a control deck though, right? Abyssal Energy ×2. Oh, it just means they have 2 Crypt Tiles. Does that mean they definitely have... What was the creep card that turned... There's a card that makes it so that your creep related... Your creep tiles deal damage equal to the number of creep tiles you have, like they used to. I think I'd rather bounce these than exile them. Numcar isn't doing too much here, though, so I think I'll replace it instead. Don't really need that, do we? Let's get rid of that. It's kind of tempting to play a Ray here to dispel this. Or actually anywhere else to just get a... Oh, Iron Dervishes are 2/1s now. Interesting. Huh. That's how they nerfed it. How curious. Haven't seen that before. Does that change my decision? It does mean that, like, they can just kill this with Sarlacc or the ping. In fact, yeah, they can kill it with the ping, which is very bad. So I'm just going to pass, I think. I guess I can move this 1 forward, because I can still go backwards and hit the mana tile if I need it. Man. That's my fault. We could have just slammed it and made a bunch of minions. And we have failed to do so. But them being 2/1s is a pretty clever nerf, actually, because it means you can ping the dervishes and turn the sand tiles into creep tiles. It's actually a really interesting nerf because one of the main problems with Fault is that it absolutely annihilates control decks. Which means that, like, and means the Cassava sucks, basically. So they've actually got some counterplay here. This is somewhat painful, actually. We've lost a lot of board. I mean, we do have plenty of removals, so we can, like, keep doing stuff, but it's not really achieving anything. Okay. Some crawler. I gotta kill that. Right. Give me Fault, I guess. There we go. Alright, cool. Oh, and that even deletes 2 creep tiles, which is really good. And we have the Ray bonus spice. Gonna kill that. I'm gonna play this. Let's play it here for now. Make a bunch of idiots. This is off cooldown. I take this monotile and make another one. Right now I'm my cannon car back, although it doesn't actually do anything on this board because they don't have anything big enough. Oh, they decided not to remove any sand tiles. I'll take it. So Ray will get to kill this, I'm assuming. Actually, that's weird. So they're going to trade, and then Sarlac's going to respawn, and then he gets dispelled? Good, okay. No more Sarlacc. I'll just bounce this. Or kill it with dervishes. I can kill it with dervishes. Bouncing in and going face might be better though. Or just moving them all up and having a fun time that way. Right. Bounce that. Oh, I messed up. I should have moved my dervishes first. It's okay though, because I have another minion. Attack you. Move this. Move this. Move this. Ping you. Okay as well. Okay as well. So obviously this board is reasonably soft to Blistering Scorn, shall we say. Oh, I should have buffed this. I meant to first switch the 3-3 and forgot. My opponent does also have a lot of cards in hand. But I think the BBS is on cooldown. Yes, it is. So they can't remove a sand tile this turn or easily kill this. Actually, so not buffing that is fine. So we have answers to big minions, and we also have answers to their face, because a lot of these dervishes can attack them. Yeah. So, are they going to obliterate us next turn? Doesn't really matter, it's like 6 damage. I guess it clears the board, but we can just make more board, because fault. Okay. I guess I'll trade with that. Right. Well, I could just play this in the back line at some point. But I don't need to, I can just Blood of Air all that stuff. Let's... I'm going to buff this because it attacks for more damage and blocks off a space. Celebrant, we don't need that. Don't really need that either, to be fair. Okay, let's attack face, attack face, attack face, attack face, attack face, attack face. They dead yet? I've actually lost count. Attack face. I think must be dead. Especially with Blood of Air. So that's 7, 5. Yeah, they're dead. Yeah, they're dead. Okay. It's a bit harder to tell with the Duelyst.gg UI. Cool. Fault, everybody. Let's give that another go, shall we? I hope the Duelyst.gg doesn't completely disappear when Duelyst 2 comes out. I feel like, given it's completely free, it'll still have its niche. Especially if Helgen's able to get the UI kind of working a little better than it is at the moment. Which, I mean, is not necessarily easy. Right now, I think Helgen's working on implementing all the cards, but which is probably... It's a lot of work, but it's probably still a bit easier than it is to just make a whole bunch of UI polish and interactions, animations, hover states, all that stuff. Like, there's a lot more work goes into UI than is immediately obvious. Certain things like more mouse over behavior and stuff like that would go a long way. But no, that is absolutely not the same person. This person is 2000 MMR higher than my previous opponent. Alright, well, we've got the Fault, so that's a keeper. We've got a Celebrant, so that's a keeper. We can do a turn 2 Fault if we go unanswered, which is not super likely. Wraith looks okay, but I think I might mulligan these two looking for like a more solid opener. Spelljammer is fine. What was that? Lurking Fit. Oh, okay. Are they playing the... They're not playing the trial. We're going to want Blood of Air. Probably. Maybe. Yeah, we'll probably need this. So I can replace... I need to replace something, and I kind of want the Spelljammer for next turn in case getting a load of Mana Tiles doesn't work out. So I think I will replace the Blood of Air. That's pretty spicy. That's a good next turn play as well. I think I value being able to turn 2 Fault over anything else though, so I'm going to go for that. So we're going to do this and this. More Portal Guardians. Cool. So obviously this dies to various pings and things. Although, to be fair, even if it does die to pings, but where are Abyssal Crawlers in your Lurking Fear deck? Never mind. Doesn't matter because we're going to fault them. Right, if we can draw Ray or a 1-drop here. It does cost 1. I may as well take this tile because it's going to go away. So they can try and use the Abyssal Crawlers to snipe the sand tiles, which is kind of annoying. But this is still worth doing. And I will use my First Wish to protect this from the ping. They can still ping it, but at least they have to walk over and attack. Okay. Well, the Spelljammer is pretty good. We should be able to get a couple of these sand tiles to stick around. So my opponent's best line here is probably like bring these two up and then like ping this and attack it, which clears 1 sand tile, and then like each of these has a sort of roughly 1, 4, or 3 and 8 chance of clearing another one. So they might get another sand tile down with like reasonable odds. Yep. You saw the line. Cool. So there's 1 sand tile down, and they're standing on another one. But we can still get 3 extra minions next turn. Yep. I'm obviously going to kill this, but they might clear a tile. Okay. They failed to clear a tile. They do have a lot of creep tiles though, which is vaguely scary. Alright, double Spelljammer is a bit awkward looking. Metallurgist is late, I'll say. Right, kill that. Play a Spelljammer over here where I can threaten this, make some idiots. I'm going to go over here and make another idiot. Just so the Void Hunter can't hit me in the face. It's pretty hard for this Void Hunter to die this turn. Blood of Air is good. We have an answer to big Dying Wish minions. Otherwise, though, my hand is pretty bad. I guess Portal Guardian's fine. Sphere of Darkness. Oh, wow. This deck definitely has the tools to deal with Fault. Fair play. We're gonna have to clear this at some point. Maybe I should have gone near it actually, because it dying is less important. Like, let me rephrase that. I'd rather it draw its 2 cards and me get a tile back. Oh, Yielding Deaths, yeah, that's a card. Well, they've killed all my my stuff. Sad face. I could Blood of Air this, but that's my entire turn. I don't think I like that. I can Celebrant plus something. Oh, the jam is pretty good, actually. I quite like the idea of playing a Spelljammer. But I kind of... I can in theory do Portal Guardian, Celebrant, Healing Mystic, but it's not very good and they have Punish in their deck. So I'd rather have this. Let's hit them in the face. I don't want up this. I think I'll just put it here again. Maybe I should have played the Celebrant first and destroyed a creep tile with it. I'll go with this for now. Do I spend the mana on this Healing Mystic? I think so. Oh, their Hero Power's off cooldown again. Oh, I can heal this, actually, instead of my face. That's much better. Which maybe allows me to block this in. Does that do anything? Don't think so. I kind of want this to move again. I think that's me done. Wasteland Wraith isn't bad. Does mean I need a follow-up though. I guess I can do Portal Guardian, Wasteland Wraith. But it does kind of incentivize them to spend their turn just removing stuff. I guess if they do that, then I have... like, they'll have expended a lot of removal and my future threats can stick more reliably. And if they kill... I guess they can just kill this and let this kill itself. It doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, maybe that's not so good. I'm far better off doing Wasteland Wraith Dream Shaper and just putting some cards and offsetting the weak turn by playing the Wraith. Although if they do play a big minion, I have this, so it doesn't really matter. All a bit awkward. I'm going to clear off all of my sand tiles. Klaxon. Dying Wish. Oh yeah, that's getting turned into a Dervish. No problem. That's happening. Yeah. Hey, I finally get my sand tile back. What do you know? I mean, the Dervish will get pinged, but... you know what though? Just go face here. Look at all this damage. We can do Blood of Air. Oh, I can't do Dream Shaper, that's annoying. You do Celebrant and then like Iron Shroud, right? So BOA this. Bruce. I will lock this. Kill this. They mill 2 cards, which is great for me. Play my Celebrant here. Make this tile. Move this. Go face. Dervish. Attack. Now they probably have Bat Spawn. They probably have Munch in their deck somewhere. I'm gonna place this actually. Oh, Cannon Car, that's good. Well, I guess it's only 3 damage, but if they play minions, it's also good. More importantly, yeah, they can ping my stuff and make some tiles, but they can't afford to obliterate this turn because they only have 7 mana, and they are on 8 life. If they do something like a Spectral Revenant, it's kind of whatever. Actually, that costs 8 now, doesn't it? Enough that I forgot. So what can they do that's really good? Another Klaxon is not bad because it's got Provoke, but I can clear it with this bad boy because I do at least have 1 sand tile to my name. I guess I can Klaxon plus ping, and then this dies. So it's actually a bit awkward. But I can dig, like I can replace and then Dream Shaper, and somewhere in there I can hit one of my 2 remaining Blood of Airs or Sandstorm Readers. Actually, 3 remaining Sandstorm Raiders. I don't think I've played any in this game. It's been a bit of a weird game in that the Fault has been... Yep, cool. That's fine. Always love to see Spelljammers get hard removal. It's funny because the Fault has been like... They've answered it quite effectively, and that they've been, you know, the dervishes haven't had any impact. They've been able to ping them off, remove the sand tiles. But it has forced them to like stand very, you know, aggressively forward. So I have lethal now. No, wait, this is body blocked. I'm 1 off, right, with Kunumkar. I can kill this. I can trade. Oh, that doesn't do anything. I need a way of killing. That only deals to an enemy. Alright, let's replace you. Oh, there we go. That should be lethal, right? Enough mana? Yeah. So we buff the Celebrant. Move it up there. Go face. Come here. Go face. Play this. Move it here. Go face. Blood Tear Alchemist to the face. Good game. Don't need any fault value if we're forcing them to stand in the middle of the board and get hit all the time while they spend a bunch of resources trying to make sure I don't have a Cataclysmic Fault. The worst thing about it as well is that if they do, you know, they finally manage to clear out all the dervish making sand tiles, and I draw another Fault, I can reset all of their progress on that front and take away some of their creep tiles which they need along the way. So it's kind of a weird back and forth thing. How long is this video? 32 minutes. That's probably enough. It's quite late, and I'm happy to call it there, I think. So yeah, that's Fault. One of the boogeymen of old Duelyst. Still just as effective as it always was, at least so far. Even post nerf, I do think that's a very good nerf. I think that's a very clever nerf that doesn't take away the nature of the card. It might not be enough. Like maybe Fault needs to cost 7, or you need to do something to Celebrant. I don't know, but like I played a Fault on turn 2 or 3 in that last game. It was turn 2, and my opponent had the tools to handle it, which is great. But also, I think they still lost to it. So I don't know. I think it's cool that they died to Blistering Scorn and stuff, but they come back next turn. So unless you've got Blistering Scorns every turn for the rest of the time, it doesn't really mean much. And to say nothing of Kunumkar, which maybe that's the card that needs nerfing. I don't know. It's a bit hard to say. I think Kunumkar means that Varth is like unplayable at high level, which is a shame because Varth is cool and I like him. And he's, you know, I feel Varth is a reasonably balanced, kind of fair general. But yeah, I do think it's a very clever option that I would not have thought of, and I like applying it to the Dervish from Xerxes BBS as well. Yeah, I think that's a nice change, especially as it means that when you Doomcast to them, they become 4/3s, which means they die to a ping instead of being able to attack face twice more reliably. So I think that's quite a nice change. But nonetheless, Fault's real busted, y'all. Pretty hard to play control against that. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you next week.